Disclaimer: this video contains thumbnails and footage created by other YouTubers. It has been edited on my end, but all links to original videos and channels will be in the description. This video is also rated N for NPC. If this video makes you feel angry, uncomfortable, and insecure, then congratulations. This was a video made for you, the demographic of my hatred. This video is kind of weird for me to make. It's not a drama video, nor was it created because of any particular drama. If you're watching this around the time of any YouTube drama, that's your fault, not mine. I promise it does not represent a change in direction for my channel moving forward. Honestly, if my channel even has a direction, it's usually whatever lives in my head rent-free for the longest time, and the best way to get it out of my head is to talk about it, and try to express myself in a creative way. To those of you who are new, I am just Distic, and I'm going to be playing Ruiner while talking about YouTube and its problems. You know, just a casual commentary gameplay video. I'm sure you've heard a million of those, have you? The topic of YouTube has been on my mind longer than I would like to admit. Last year, a YouTuber by the name of ArchWizard CJ made a video talking about the problems with YouTube and how it's basically your fault. And I mean, he's not wrong. But I'm getting ahead of myself.
We can start right now in the comments with an actual discussion. I'll start by asking a question. Why is the incentive for profit greater than the incentive to be creative on a creatively focused platform? Leave a comment, I'm serious. We need to start having this conversation, like right now.
Originally, I structured this video script to have the answer to CJ's question near the end of the video, like most traditional video essays do with a conclusion, but it screwed up the script so badly, I had to trash the whole thing and restart from scratch. So that was 3 months wasted. The conclusion that I came to, though, after looking at YouTube objectively, was that it never was a creatively focused platform. I'm sure that most of my audience knows what YouTube is, but because this video is rated N, I feel it is necessary to give a brief overview just to make sure we are all on the same page.
The internet is not something that you just dump something on. It's not a big truck. It's a series of tubes.
YouTube is a social media platform with a focus on video distribution. Like other social medias, its economy is fueled by attention. It has an algorithm and social features designed to maximize attention and user engagement, which is translated into data which is sold to advertisers to continue to bombard you with products they think you want. Compared to other social media platforms, what makes YouTube unique is that it has a profit incentive for creating content for the site. It does not matter what the content is as long as the majority of people engage with it, which will be used to update the YouTube algorithm to be the most up-to-date and consistent with what the majority of people's favorite kinds of content are on the site. I mentioned in the past that this video might break my channel, and it did. For the most part, because it forced me to confront a dilemma that has existed long before the first YouTube video, let alone the first social media post. And that dilemma is the objective value of the artist and the subjective support and appeal from their audience.
We know now that we can't beat their machines. We've got to beat them.
To be 100% transparent, I do not think it is a problem for artists to create art for money. That does not make them less sincere in their creativity or ethics. It just gives them the means to do what they enjoy. A lot of people say that art should be done just for the heck of it and not for profit, but in reality, that is not true. There are so many occupations in society that are inherently artistic and creatively driven, and are equally deserving of monetary gain as any other job. Examples include, but are not limited to, traditional and digital illustrators, animators, writers, musicians, coders, graphical designers, and visual and audio editors like myself. Why do you think the entire art community got into a fit when generative AI was given to the masses? I also want to earn a bit of passive income from this platform. Even though YouTube is not my full-time job yet, it is something that I enjoy doing, and I want to use YouTube to express myself and help build a lifestyle that I have always wanted. The issue that I have with YouTube is not that creativity is being suppressed, but the undeniable fact that your neurotypical finds more value in people with little to no creative or technical skill, and you put them on a social pedestal on par or greater than to actual artists. They are also just dumb as hell, kind of like you, and that's the thing that upsets me the most. Their stupidity is what drove me to make this video, more than anything else. Most YouTubers nowadays that are successful are not really artists as much as they are influencers and entertainers who have some form of social appeal. And I would like to talk about that for a minute, because a YouTuber's success is not tied to their creativity or lack thereof. Going back to the original definition of what YouTube is, success on this platform is not determined by luck or skill, but by social appeal, personality, and sincerity, or at least the illusion of it. It's a social media after all. Did you forget? I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Next to streaming, YouTube is the easiest first world job you could ever have. You do not need to have any of the stuff that I have. All this OC stuff, assets put together, all, you know, the rough edges that make my style what it is. All you really need to be successful is a face cam, a microphone, a connection to the internet, and a topic. It's gonna be drama, because it has to be drama, because nobody else cares about anything other than drama. However, it all comes with a catch. As a YouTuber, aka a content creator, your job security is practically non-existent. You live and die on the approval of an algorithm that is driven by an ever-changing zeitgeist, and the only way to ensure job security is to be on the right side of history for the rest of your life. And if you know anything about history, you would know that that is impossible. I have seen so many times where someone has gone from socially untouchable to the scum of the earth with the drop of a hat. So don't think it can't happen to your favorite YouTubers, content creators, influencers, etc.
Because democracy basically means government by the people, for the people. But the people are retarded.
If you have seen my other videos, you might have noticed something. I am not an attention whore. I don't tell people to engage with the algorithm and talk about things like demonetization or age restriction or any of that stuff like that, because I know it is controlled by you. It's not some sentient machine with biases and favoritism. It comes from you. That being said, it still makes me disappointed to see videos with almost no effort put into them getting more attention just because it's either drama related or connected to a personality with a lot of social appeal and mimetic influence. There has always been people on this platform who are creative, but most of them never get the chance to succeed because the incentive for creativity is not valued compared to social appeal. You did this. this, I blame you. Instead of going outside of your social comfort zone and supporting people who are trying to make creative and impactful content, you choose to give your attention to bad actors who say and do nothing and only care about profit, and then you complain that everything is getting worse. You actively defend and fuel their economies while letting them steal content from others trying. Do you really think that $1,000 should be given to someone who does not lift a finger in any sense of the word other than perpetuating an endless drama machine? Genuinely, why? Do you idolize their position? Are you secretly planning to benefit from this system like they are? Or is it because of a more pathetic reason? I genuinely believe it's because they treat you like a child with no sense of responsibility or accountability for being why things are the way they are. And you take their superficial compliments and flattery at face value because you're a parasocial addict who is too deprived of real, genuine human interaction. It's very pathetic, honestly. Why would you want that? Before this video ends, I would like to make something very clear. Why am I making this video? Because it's clearly not to the benefit of you, the viewer, YouTube, or the YouTube community. In case it wasn't obvious by everything that I have said so far, I think it's all very retarded. And as for YouTube investment in general, my investment in any platform only goes as far as my ability to interact with the platform and create things on it, and what I can get out of it. My input and output, essentially. The thing is, I'm making this video for a very selfish reason, and a very self-righteous reason, you could say. I hate anti-intellectualism, which is to say, the collective belief that your ignorance is just as good, if not better, than my knowledge. A lot of the biggest, most elevated, and visible voices in YouTube's respective communities often promote and pander to this massive cult of ignorance among the masses, with their safe takes that are so unchallenging that it's honestly pathetic. To outright spreading lies and misinformation, not because they actually believe in those lies or misinformation, but because, well, they know their audience does. They know it will drive up attention and views. It doesn't really matter if it's researched or not, you know? As if the death of media literacy wasn't enough, we now have the death of basic human research. Originally, I believed that they were all doing this on purpose, because they're all competing and colluding with each other to gain and retain attention, because, you know, profit incentive. However, I realized something, and this is probably one of the biggest reality checks of this video. They are people just like you and me. They are just as susceptible to believing in, you know, misinformation, conspiracy theories, drama, propaganda, etc. And, well, there's a very real possibility that a lot of them don't realize, and while tragic, doesn't exonerate you from being the reason why they are in that position. You gave them the status of a god and asked them to do nothing in return. That is pathetic. You are essentially paying them to do nothing. This video has been a nightmare to make, but it's almost over. The rest of it is just me talking about how you can make this platform better by having a sense of self-awareness and responsibility for what content you watch and who you support. However, there is one thing that I need to talk about first, because it gets in the way of doing those two things. This goes beyond YouTube, but one of the biggest issues with this platform is parasocial behavior towards creators and influencers. It creates a sense of entitlement and codependency among content creators and their audiences. And I believe that this, more than anything else, contributes to anti-intellectualism, creative stagnation, grifting, and contributing as well to the racket that is drama. Okay, mask off. I'm gonna be as honest about this as I can. You, the viewer, do not serve me, and I do not serve you. Got that? You are not entitled to hours of time, investment, and energy needed to make quality content from me. And I am not entitled to your financial and social support for making said content and being a content creator in general. I would like to think that we all hold ourselves to standards of quality for what content we consume, what media we enjoy, and how much should we, as people, support the other people involved. We're all people in this, remember that. However, I imagine that you would not apply those same standards to, let's say, a friend, a family member, a colleague, somebody that you grew up knowing, that you honestly understand, or someone that you think you understand. This is why parasocial behavior is often used by YouTubers, and it is very, very rarely discussed or called out by them. By convincing you that they care about you, the same way a friend that you know cares about you, and that they are on your side ideologically, aka grifting, your standard of quality content from them continues to go down, and it gets worse over time with long-term investment from the creator. YouTubers want to make money for the most part, so they normalize content metas that make them lots of money with the least amount of effort required, and by disabling your standard of quality in favor of social appeal and parasocial investment over meaningful, impactful content, you know, you're just gonna stay in a social comfort zone, and you will never go out of it to find people who actually make meaningful, insightful content. In fact, they don't even hesitate to steal from others trying to make creatively impactful content, because they really can't make anything without leeching on to somebody else. And the worst part about this is that not only are there content metas for stealing other people's content, but you let them get away with it. Are you still not convinced that you are the reason why YouTube is the way it is? Have I not done enough to prove to you that YouTube is your problem and therefore your responsibility to fix? The reason why drama is the most effective way of getting money on this platform is because it is incredibly effective at drawing attention, while at the same time having no negative consequences for anyone involved. All the real consequences of drama on the internet are mostly confined to the internet. And all it really does at the end of the day is that it gives the people who are involved lots of money, regardless of their morality, regardless of circumstance. It is worthless, meaningless content to me and anybody else who has functioning brain cells. Yet, it's the kind of slop that appeals to you. It is what you find the most enjoyable from the talking heads that you are invested in. I'm not asking you to change this system for the better, because you already know you should. And if you do not know how to, I can tell you right now. All you need to do is be more self-aware of yourself and the social environments that you are in, both in real life and online. Stop wasting your time listening to bad actors who do nothing more than perpetuate an endless cycle of drama. And if drama is the only thing you're into, honestly, get a life, go outside, touch grass, please, get into Warhammer 40k or something, I don't care. And please, for the love of God, moderate your YouTube feed. It is not that hard. YouTube as a platform is actively trying to give you what you want. It is not hard to curate an algorithm that gives you content that is insightful, that makes you think. Seriously, you should be thinking, please. If you do this, this platform will be better for both of us. And I know that what I'm saying isn't some independent conclusion. I've seen people slowly start to come out and say stuff, but please, my God, it's it's gotta happen faster. I do not want to see YouTube become an anti-intellectual hellhole more than it already is. And hey, even if what I said doesn't change anything in the grand scheme of things, when YouTube finally burns to the ground, I can at least go out saying that I tried to say something, instead of staying quiet like the rest of you spineless cowards. But who knows? Maybe you will be different. The ball is in your court now.